You have not built what is called a corporate culture. Now, I give you an example. If you go to MTN South Africa, if you go to MTN Rwanda, go to any MTN, come to MTN Nigeria, for example, you will discover that it's the same thing they tell you in Rwanda, they tell you in South Africa, they tell you in Nigeria. It's a culture, it's a corporate culture. But yet, all my 10 years of work there, I never saw the old. What I see and what I follow is a culture that a man built. And that culture is living and expanding the business. You want to expand what you are doing, build a culture on it. Build a culture. And that is the same thing with some ministry. When I was downstairs, I told Pastor Newman, I said, if I don't know that it's Apostle that is talking, you think it's Reverend David that is talking. He doesn't know. He doesn't know that he talks like him. He doesn't know. How many of you have observed this? He talks like him. He doesn't know. But downstairs, you think it's Reverend David that is up there talking. How did it happen? Culture. There is a culture that exists in the tribe that has been passed on. And unconsciously, I noticed something, that he is wearing a double buckle shoe. And some of his pastors are wearing the same thing. Alabo Chantal Libra Koriaba. And I noticed that most of the time, so what are you doing? He's setting a culture in place. And you are following. You discover in your branch that some of your leaders too start dressing like you. You want anything to be transgenerational. Culture is one of the best ways. Build a process of culture around it. It goes beyond you and it goes on. So transgenerational wealth is not what I give to you or what I will give to you, but it's about what I will show you. So if I'm talking to you about transgenerational wealth, it's not about what I will give to you. It's about what I will show to you. Man of God, does it make sense? If we are talking about transgenerational wealth, it's not much about what I will give to you, but what I will show to you. Let me say this to you. When I give to you, I make you my slave. But when I show you, I build you. Did you understand me now? When I give to you, I make you my slave. I'm making you to depend on me. But when I show you, I build you. So a lot of you that you begin to look forward to what somebody will give to you, you are indirectly telling the person, make me your slave. Make me your slave. Rather than long for that man to show you, rather than give to you. Am I saying something here now? So you want to build the next generation of leadership to move into the realm of wealth you are enjoying now. It's not much about, man of God, they need 2,000, you give them. They need 10,000, you give them. You are succeeding in one of my creating problem for yourself. Because you are making them to depend on you. And they are focusing on you. And they will continue to be a baby. They will continue to be your slave. But rather, why don't you take the hard way and behave like a coach and show them? It may be tough at the beginning, but at long run, it will pay off. And that is what man of God was talking about, a pastor that is trying to be nice. If you are close to me, people that are close to me will tell you, I am tough. I am not nice. I am tough. I am not nice. My wife will even tell you, I am tough. I am not nice. Because I will look at you direct in your face and I will tell you and it will hurt you. But I will stand behind you to guide you so that you don't go astray. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. What has killed a lot of people and why they cannot pass on the next, they cannot transfer the wealth to the next generation is that pampering that we have pampered them. Not showing them the culture that we went through. I suffer. I don't want my children to suffer. I suffer and kill anybody before. So transgenerational wealth isn't about assets, but it's about the mindset. It's about the mindset I pass down. So when we are talking about transgenerational wealth, it's not about assets, but it's about the mindset that I'm passing down. It's about the mindset that I am passing down. Now, and you need to understand this. Your money is not in your pocket. Your money is in your head. Your money is not in your pocket. Your money is in your head. So what you should pass down to the next generation is not your money. It's your head. It's your head, not your money. If you want to build a generational wealth that will outlive you, please don't pass down your money. Pass down your head. Because your money is not in your pocket. Your money is in your head. Your head. And that is why if you carry me away from Enugu and go and put me in another land, I will produce by the grace of God the result I produce here in another land. Because my money is not in my pocket, my money is in my head. And as long as you are not chopping off my head, I will still replicate whatever I do here somewhere else. So what do you think you should aspire to take from me? Is it my pocket? It's my head. And that is why I pity young people that they have opportunity to have access to you. What they are looking for is your pocket, rather than what makes you who you are. When you have opportunity to connect to the great, let me give you a piece of advice. When you have opportunity to connect to the grace, please, don't talk. Rather than what do? Ask questions. Don't contribute. Ask questions. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Don't contribute. What are you contributing that has not produced results? You are meeting a man that has results, you are contributing. What contribution do you have that has not produced results for your family? What contribution do you have? Swallow that your broke contribution that is coming from a broke mind. And be open to somebody that can help you. And an open mind will never remain the same. See, your reality is in your mind, not in the physical thing before you. Your reality is in your mind, not in the physical thing before you. Your reality is in your mind, not in the physical thing that is before you. Anything physical is obsolete. Anything physical is obsolete. Your reality is what is real to you. And whatever is real to you is in your mind. That is your reality. Because you are propelled to act based on your reality that is in your mind. Are you following me? The moment that thing becomes physical, it is obsolete because it has moved away from the realm of your mind and has come into the realm of the physical. So if you cannot work on your reality and build a perfect reality of transgenerational wealth, then you will not be able to hand it over to the next generation. If you ask God's servant now, this building is a reality as far as it's concerned. When the building stands, it's obsolete. Now is the time to build the building. Now that is in the realm. You remember the account in Genesis? When they gathered together and they said they want to build a tower to God. And God came and God said he wants to come and see the building they are building. That building was still in their mind. It was in their reality. But as far as God is concerned, your reality is you. God did not wait for them to actualize it, because when they actualize it, it becomes obsolete. So you want to make a certain level of wealth, deal with your reality. And what you are supposed to pass to the next generation is not your money. It's your head that contains your reality. See, you are not a millionaire. You are not a millionaire the day you make your million or the day your million enter your hands. Do you understand me? You are waiting I started calling myself millionaire mentor when I didn't even have anything to eat, man of God. Nothing to eat, but I gave myself that name because I know God has told me that he's going to make me a millionaire. I know he doesn't lie, and I know he's going to bring it to pass. I have not seen the reality of that money as in physical, but I started calling myself millionaire mentor. When I went to propose to Adana, I told her, physically I don't have the money, but I am going to make it in life. If you agree to marry me, you will enjoy. I've not left Nigeria before, but I said I will take it to the countries of the world. She just stood and she was looking at me. And I can say in her mind, she was looking at this one, you are making mouth. Because if you look at my shoe represents where I am at that moment. But yet I was talking from the point of what was happening in my reality. I was vomiting what was in my reality. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was vomiting what was in my reality. Now that it has started happening, it's now obsolete. So what is in your reality? What is in your reality? Your reality is you. And your reality is what is real to you. Your reality is what is real to you. Whatever is real to you is your reality. So, transgenerational wealth is not about assets. It's about the mindset you are passing on. Now, let me shock you again. Prayer is not the seed for transgenerational wealth, rather control. Prayer is not the seed. Am I discouraging prayer? Sir, ma, prayer is good. I'm a man of prayer. I believe in prayers. But that is not the seed when we talk about transgenerational wealth. Control. What is control? Culture, process, policy. Control. Control. And that was why when Jesus came, because he needed to pass on an idea that he carried, what he did was that he gathered 12 men and he began to teach them. He began to pass to them the culture in heaven. He began to teach it to them. And those culture moved down to me and you today. I don't know whether you understand me. So prayer is not the seed. Am I saying prayer is not good? Prayer is good. But when it comes to this, that is not the seed. And let me say this again to you. Wealth is made transgenerational using existing system, or you design your system. Wealth can be made transgenerational by using existing system, or you design your own. I'm going to tell you of a man that took advantage of an existing system and he incorporated his own inside. So if you are thinking of building wealth that will be transgenerational, maybe you were thinking, I'm going to come here this morning and I'm going to tell you 5 things to do to make money. I am not coming to do that. What we are looking at today is we are looking at men that God has blessed. We are looking at men that God has put into their hands. And we are looking at how that wealth will go beyond you to the next generation. We are looking at a leader that is carrying so much grace, who is going to go to the next generation and pass it on to them. Are you following me? And from the list and the lineup of speakers that you've had, I know they would have done all of those things. So I don't want to go into all of that. My assignment here is to say what you have gathered. How does it bless you? And how do you pass it to the next generation? Are you following me? Now, the danger of every seed. You know, I told you, prayer is not the seed. Now, the danger of every seed. The danger of every seed is what? The danger of every seed is what? No, now talk to me. It's on the board now. The danger of every seed is what? One of the things that can kill the seed of the transgenerational wealth you are trying to build or sow or plant is environment. So you need to deal with your environment. And when we talk about environment does not only mean your physical location alone. It can talk about your connection and the network around you. I don't know whether you understand me. So one of the danger that kill your seed is environment. You remember even the Bible talks about the sower going to sow a seed. He sowed the seed in some place and it germinated. He sowed in some seed and turned kill them and all of those things. Environment is what determines whether your seed will grow or not. Now, look at the prodigal son. As long as the prodigal son was within the environment of the father, he was doing very well. The moment he left the environment of the father and went to another environment, they choke the culture he has. Do you understand me? So one of the danger of every seed is your environment. So study your environment and build an environment. There are some environments you come into, the grace of God upon your life increases. There are some environments you come to, you just feel empty. So transgenerational wealth starts with you first being built and coming out of your comfort zone. How does it start? It starts with you. Build yourself. Yesterday I talked about you not being able to give what you don't have. How do you make a wealth transgenerational? It starts by you building yourself, and when you build yourself, you come out of your comfort zone. See, can we do this together, man of God? How much do you want from God? How much? No, mention. I know you are trying to be modest. Mention a figure. $10,000. But that is small now. $10,000 is just above 10 million and some this thing. Okay. God bless you. Thank you so much, sir. What I'm trying to do is this. The ability of God is unlimited. But you see, your mind is the mode by which you relate with God. Do you understand what I just said? You know what is called mode now, science student, you know what I'm saying. Mode, that thing they use in carving something. But your mind is the mode by which you relate with God. God is going to relate with you based on the mode of your mind. Man of God just said he wants $10,000. That is the mode he presents to God. Another person said he wants 100 billion. That is another mode. Do you understand? And God is going to be relating with you based on the mode you present to him. Am I saying something this morning? That mode is what God is going to be relating with. So, what am I trying to say? Transgenerational wealth function based on the mode you have built within yourself. And you need to run away from your comfort zone. Now, let me quickly say this. When I talk about this comfort zone thing, I wrote a book that I know will bless you on that. But let me say this. Your comfort zone, number one, is your broke zone. The moment you enter into comfort zone, you have just entered your broke zone. Your comfort zone is not only your broke zone, it's your no growth zone. No growth. Growth happens outside comfort zone. Growth does not happen inside comfort zone. I don't know whether you understand me. Your comfort zone is your no faith zone. A man that is in comfort zone, you discover that now that man naturally will not exercise faith. Example is the rich man in the Bible. That man already doesn't have any need for faith again. That was why he could look at himself and say, my mind has acquired this, my hand has acquired that, and all of. There was no need as far as he's concerned for faith again. I don't know whether you understand me. He's a self-made man as far as he's concerned. So there was no need for faith. Now, let me now shock you. Your comfort zone is a zone where you cannot please God. A man that is in comfort zone can never please God. Because the man will never exhibit faith. And as long as he's not exhibiting faith, he will not please God. So, you want to build a transgenerational wealth. First, build yourself and run away from comfort zone. Build yourself and run away from comfort zone. Now, let me move in quickly. Money alone does not buy the future. Money alone does not buy the future. Money without skill will still make you poor. Money alone does not buy the future. But money without skill will still make you poor. And that is why the biggest problem you can create for a poor man is to give him money. The biggest problem you can create for a poor man is to give him money. Because you have increased the problem of his life. And the best thing you can do for a poor man is not to be poor. The best thing you can do for a poor man is not to be poor. So you must tell yourself, I can't be poor. Money alone will not buy the future without skill. So if you are raising a generation and you are thinking of handing over money to them and passing on money to them, you are increasing their problem. So as you are passing money to them, please and please, people of God, pass the skill that produce that money to them first. Am I saying something here now? Pass the skill that produce that money to them. Before I model a man, let me say this to you. The wealthy build nets for transgenerational, but give work to the people, not the network. The wealthy build nets. You know what is net now? You know what a net is? Things woven together, all of that used to catch. Now, they stay and they do all those connectivity. The wealthy build those connectivity. But the work part of it, they give it to the people. They don't pass the network to people. So what are you passing to the next generation? Is it the work or the net? What are you teaching the next generation to do? What are you planting inside them? Is it the net or the work? And that is why you see wealthy men spend time to build connectivity. They spend time to build the net. They are less concerned about the work. They want to relate with you. Once they see value in you, they want to relate with you. They want you within their space. But you see the area of work, they are not interested. But culture, bad culture has taught a lot of folk to focus on work. That once you don't work, you don't work. You cannot eat, you cannot make money. But you see the world, they spend time in networking, connecting. A family, let me get into modeling quickly. A family that is called the family of the Rockefellers. Between the 1800s up to now, they have succeeded in building generational wealth up to 7th generation. Wow. Between the 1800s up to now, they have succeeded in building generational wealth up to 7th generation. So we are not teaching what is not happening. Time will not permit me to start getting into what I have done, that even if I am no more, my family is secured and their children, they are secure. By the grace of God, early this year again, I bought 3 properties for all the 3 girls. Now, am I buying property for them? There is an irrevocable law on what they can do with that property. So if somebody is coming to marry them because their father has bought property in their name for them, the man is a joker. Because there is an I told you yesterday that in all my company, everybody is a director. And you are all shareholders, so everybody is taken care of. And you cannot do anything with all of those things on a personal level. So their children are covered. The law says that the share must be passed to the next generation in case they are no more. Am I saying something to somebody? The building is not that one man will come and say, I want to marry you, so that you come and start inheriting what somebody labored for. It's not so. Do you understand? It's not for her. The building is for our children and our children's children. There is an irrevocable... Do we have lawyers here now? You are a lawyer, my brother. You understand what I'm saying? There is an irrevocable law by a man that said that this building must pass on to the next generation till there will be no more building. So she cannot sell it. She can only enjoy the proceeds of that building as long as she is alive. Have I not secured a generation? Somebody talk to me now. John D. Rockefeller started a business called Standard Oil. And he grew Standard Oil to the point where Standard Oil becomes so big. But look at what he did. Look at what he did. I said John D. Rockefeller started by first building wealth through a business. And he used a system. He used a culture. He started making money. He started by building money. You are here making money. He started by making money. And when he made money, the next thing he did, he brought a culture. Man of God, I've heard him talk about culture and structure here. I've heard him today talk about system and culture, tradition today. He now brought a tradition. He brought a tradition. And he now used that tradition to do what? Number one, to preserve the wealth. And that is what I did. I labored to buy those property. One young man will not wake up tomorrow and said, I'm in love with you. It's a lie of the devil. Is a lie of the devil. So John D. Rockefeller made money and he now used tradition to preserve. After preserving, what did he do? He protects what he labored for. Then the next thing again, what? He perpetuates it to make it continuous. You are making money. You want to make it transgenerational. Go and write down these 3 P's.
I think at this point, before you continue, I love you so much. I went to his office and discussed with him that we're going to go to all kingdom. My pastor told me, don't invite guest ministers. If somebody doesn't have anything to contribute to what you are building, don't invite. This generation, we invite based on fame, popularity, trend. So that, I don't know, ministry has changed. At the end of the day, it's just smoke. There's nothing happening to your people. My pastor, he said, you have to get builders. That's why some people say, why have you been inviting Reverend Moses since 2010? Why have you been inviting Apostle Benjamin Dike? But have you seen they've made more investment in us and raised us in a way? So as you do a work, you see builders. That's what Reverend Moses, my pastor was saying in Black and Blessed. Some of those builders, and some of them are not part of the house. But God brings them for you to collaborate with them in building the house. Immediately I met him, it was Apostle Ben that introduced him to me. I met him, listened to him the first time, the second time, brought him here. I knew this is a man, even the next 30 years, you see, will still be with us. The next 40 years, going everywhere. Because my pastor has his own. No guest minister come talk. You know what guest ministers do? They don't, have you seen it? He has come again. He has come. He knows where he stopped the last time. He knows what again to put. Uncle and father is not the same thing. Are you getting? So many of you have followed me for programs over different places. You think if I go for a program I is teaching, I'll be able to go to Kwaneke. You saw how he was very prophetic. That's the way I used to be in the program I go for. People will be shocked. How did he know? How did Somebody say, he's more anointed. That's not the way to raise a family. That's not the way to raise a family. A family is that many times you stay with them, walk on them. You are with them. You know lapses. You bring teaching. You bring counsel. He will give them pastors after their own heart to feed them so that will prosper. So why you were saying this? Because these are the things we've been taught of, when you want to build transitional words like that. Let's read that Numbers. But we've not read it before we continue. Numbers 27. And this is biblical. Because you can finally give it to one fool in one generation. He has sold everything. You can't carry company and give to your son and say you have inherited company. It can end there. He is a shareholder. I've been saying this thing to him before he came. That's why I'm not interested in handing this church to David. Okay, David will hand it over to his own son. One day, it will end. But when you see Methodist, Presby, Anglican, Catholic, it will never end. It's not on biological order. So even if you are building a business, your sons can be shareholders. There are people that run it. They cannot just come and do anyhow. You are building a he said it yesterday. Transgenerational is passing from your children to the next children. Transgenerational is moving from one generation to another generation to another generation. So let's read that Numbers 27. It should be 27. Thank you so much, sir. I'm grateful for the sacrifices you make for us. This is the way my pastor raised Dominion City. Yeah, I'm just looking and following. Only adding my little flavor here and there. Numbers 27. From verse 1. Then came the daughters of Zelophehad. Project it so some people can read it. So this thing is talking about is from Bible. Then came the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Heber, the son of Gilead, the son of Maki, the son of Manasseh, from the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. And these were the names of his daughters. He mentioned those names. Verse 2. And they stood before Moses, before Eleazar the priest, and before the leaders and all the congregation by the doorway of the tabernacle of meeting, saying, Our father died in the wilderness, but he was not in the company of those who gathered together against the Lord, in company with Korah. But he died in his own sin, and he had no sons. Why should the name of our father be removed from among his family because he had no son? Give us a possession among our father's brothers. Move on fast. So Moses brought their case before the Lord because he has never heard where they give women inheritance. Yeah. Because inheritance is something that is passed from one generation to another within a house. So if you give it to a woman, she's going to go and marry another man and move it to another place. So it became a concern. So, but these women are saying, give me inheritance. Give me inheritance. Give me inheritance. So, and the Lord spoke to Moses saying, move on. The daughters of Zelophehad speak what is right. You shall surely give them a possession of inheritance among their father's brothers and cause the inheritance of their father to pass to them. Verse 8. And you shall speak to the children of Israel, saying, from this point now, because these people demanded for their right, if a man dies and has no son, then you shall cause his inheritance to pass to the daughters. Now, a problem now came. It was now time for them to marry. Check chapter 28. Chapter 28. Find the verse for me. Verse what? Chapter 28. By the time it was time to marry, it was now the father's household that came and said, there's going to be a problem here. Okay, chapter 30. There are about 30, 31. Let's find it now. Their Bible study, I see. Okay, chapter 36. Chapter 36. From verse 1. Chapter 36 from verse 1. That is why there's something called inheritance. They are stewards of inheritance. Stewards of inheritance. That's why a son abides forever. Even when David was making structure of ministers, he gave different positions to other people, but the only people that were chief ministers were sons, his sons. Cannot be saying you don't want to be a son in this house, but you want to be the apostle, CEC, chief minister. That one is stewardship of inheritance. When my pastor was teaching this thing to us, he said it's only children that ordain single women in ministry. Single women. They wait for them to marry. And if they are going to be single, they will tell them the implication of them being ordained as a pastor. Ordained as, because now you are giving them an inheritance. That means they must just have to marry in that house. Because once you ordain somebody into ministry, he's meant to serve in that house. But if he marries another man that leaves that, so that's what the kind of thing I was discussing with Oloma when she was still a single person. I said, so you know you have an inheritance. You are not like all these other girls. And she said, yes, I know. I said, we need to pray and believe God. Because I've learned this thing. Oh, Loma, where are you? Didn't we discuss things like this? Did we pray things like this? When really is it? Because I don't think I'm just a preacher, I'm a builder. And also when the husband came to my house and said, I know that Oloma is not like any other woman. What are the requirements of marrying Oloma? She did not say, I want to marry Oloma. The requirements. I said, look at it. Look, because Oloma told him, go and meet. If those requirements cannot meet it, I cannot marry you. So I explained everything. He said, I can meet up. Have you seen inheritance? There are other female pastors I have in Kingdom Diplomats that married out, married out. They don't have inheritance. You don't know what we are talking about. Those they are not meant to steward inheritance. There's something called stewarding inheritance. It's like Tony Elumelu now pass something to the daughter. You think one fool, he can have many other daughters. Any fool can marry the rest. If he's stewarding inheritance, the person that is going to marry is not going to be anybody. And if you don't understand this thing, you waste inheritance. That's what he's trying to say. Don't think he's a foolish man. So he can have side properties he can give to his children. That's what we call gifts. Whatever you want to do with the gifts. That's what Naboth was saying. This particular one, I cannot sell it. You see, he can still have some gifts. But when we are not talking about inheritance of a house, you are stewarding it for the next generation. It's not personal. Like I'm stewarding a lineage grace. Now, the chief fathers of the families of the children of Gilead, the son of Machir, see, now they want to get married. So the fathers of the house now know inheritance is about to be lost. So they came back to Moses and said, the son of Manasseh of the families of the son of Joseph, come near and spoke before Moses and before the leaders, the chief fathers of the children of Israel. Verse 2. And they said, the Lord commanded my Lord Moses to give the land as an inheritance by law to the children of Israel. So this is our inheritance we are meant to pass down forever and ever. It's our Lord. And my Lord was commanded by the Lord also to give the inheritance of our brothers to Zelophehad to his daughters. Our brother Zelophehad to his daughters. Now, if they are married to any of the sons of the tribes of children of Israel, which is their right, they can marry anybody from the land. It's their right. But if they marry any of the sons of the other tribes of the children of Israel, then their inheritance will be taken from